Everybody, today on the camera department slash post house, it's the holidays. So in the spirit of giving, we're giving away a free LUT that will help you use your GH5 to its maximum ability. We wanted to give you guys a free LUT. We also have a LUT pack available, at which point we're going to take some of the money from that LUT pack, probably like half, whatever, and we're going to give it to our good friends, Jonathan and Vicki, who need it because of the cancer. If you don't know what I'm talking about, check out the link for their GoFundMe page. We would love for you to consider looking at that. Okay, so like we said, it's Christmas time, and you know, we felt like we should give something away for Christmas. It's the holiday giving spirit. So
Merry Christmas.
Jeff is the prequel Santa. Anyway, so jumping into it, what we wanted to show you, we're pretty excited about it. We wanted to make some corrective LUTs that are 709 corrective LUTs that you can use with. This is specific to GH5. I don't know how they would work on other.
Yeah,
stuff.
It's not going to work the same, but
Right.
it would still work. It's just not. It's going to have a little bit of movement to it.
Right, so you're going to have to probably work more. But for the GH5 and using Vlog, these work pretty well.
Yeah.
We're pretty happy with them.
Yeah.
So what we kind of wanted to show is something we kind of came across. Do you want to talk about what you found here?
Yeah, we came across on these first two shots, we were setting it up to be a tungsten based shot, and we set it with the camera's version of tungsten. And it came out a very orangish colored. We had our hive light turned to 3200 Kelvin for a pure tungsten, and it did not go 3200.
Yeah.
So we ended up having to use a custom white balance and adjust it Kelvin-wise on the GH5 and set up a custom Kelvin to 3200.
Yeah, so this is the light bulb setting.
Yes.
What you're
That
seeing
is the
right
light
here,
bulb
this is the
setting.
light bulb setting. It's only the light bulb setting, and I would stay as far away from that as
Yeah,
possible.
I would too.
So we're going to drop one of these first LUTs on there that Jeff has built, and you're going to see that it's not going to look dynamic. Like, we didn't bother to
It'll
correct
expand
for it.
out, but it's going to be very orangey, I think.
But right here, what you have is we have these 4 LUTs for you. Obviously, the one we're giving away free is the Tungsten LUT, so that'll be absolutely free that you can get. But the daylight LUTs, you're going to need to pay for those. So they come as part of the package. You can find the link in the description below and head on over and pick yourself up some delightful LUTs. You can also find them at CRFTSHO.com. There's a little link down at the bottom of the little who we are thing that has a link to it. But in the process of that, here's the Tungsten LUT. So we're going to drop this Tungsten LUT onto the light bulb, right? That's what we're calling it, the light bulb setting. And it is hideous.
Yeah.
So if you've ever wondered why we believe there's an actual flaw inside the GH5 with the light bulb that is not setting a real color temperature scenario, that is hideous.
Yes.
This
Pretty
looks like
orange.
an Auburn fan's depiction of...
It kind of does.
Yeah.
Indoors.
This is orange. This is orange and teal without the teal.
Yeah.
So what we've done with these, Jeff very carefully made sure that we expose properly and then underexposed by one. So if you are in a little bit darker setting, you can do that. And in a minute, we're going to show you a trick, which I think is absolutely brilliant. It works in Premiere. I'm sure it would probably work the same in Final Cut or something else.
Probably should.
But we're going to show you a trick on how you can like set a special parameter to control the, like, so you have the LUT in play, and then you can kind of control the brightness without affecting the LUT. Because the one thing is, if you adjust too much inside the LUT, you're going to shatter your image and just really just lead it down a bad path. So what we have here is, as you can see, this one's going to pop. So what we're going to show you here
Kelvin.
is you can see the difference. If we just turn off, let's go back here. If we just turn off the Lumetri, so there's no LUT on these, and you look at the difference in these two. So this is true 32.
That's true 32 dialed in on the camera.
Right, and this is
Light bulb.
light bulb. And you can already see a difference in the two. So anybody that's been struggling, you're gonna have to learn the numbers. If you don't know them, 3200 is a light bulb, 5600 is the sun, and everything in between is the magic that happens as a cinematographer or colorist. That's your round of play in. So in this one, we have the exact same LUT in play. You can see it here. We've got it active. This is our Tungsten LUT, and watch how pretty this shot goes. Bam. There's nice color saturation. Can you kind of talk about what you did in terms of why this LUT's valuable?
I did a basic expansion to it. Did not expand it all the way in the aspect of the whites are not blown out, the blacks are not crushed. They are almost there. Added saturation pops to it, and then added my basic contrast addition to it. I need out the bottom end saturation, which is where I take it, and the saturation on the very bottom end kind of goes down a little bit, and it's less saturated. And then added a little bit of neutrality to it.
And what's really great, I love about it is, for me, is whenever I'm shooting this, like this very log, we're using that very setting. So I'm quite literally using the LUT that's on this footage right now is the LUT that we're showing you, that we're giving away for free. So if you're a YouTuber or a vlogger and you want a really great LUT for your GH5, I think this one's great because it's balanced. So the other thing we also include is daylight interior. So what we wanted to do is give you a daylight interior. So we're giving you the tungsten for free, but the daylight interior, as you can see, there's actually an interesting shift that happens. If you pay attention to the left side of the frame, you can see a little bit of a green hue shift. In that. It goes from green to magenta, and that has to do with the lighting itself and how Vlog is interpreting that.
Yes.
Right? Because you could have corrected it out,
does,
but then it's not a true correction. You're correcting just for the camera.
Exactly.
At that point. So there, we have those two. So those are being included free, and this is using daylight, so we have an over and an under. The LUT's the same, but give you an over and under. And we're going to show you how to correct in case you are under here in just one second. So then we have some daylight exteriors, and these are quite telling. So let's pop this off. You can kind of see Jeff hit the exposure points are right where they're supposed to be. We followed the histogram to a T, and then when you pop this daylight exterior on, and this is for hard daylight.
You're going the wrong thing.
I'm hitting all kinds of buttons.
Yeah, you are. There you go.
There it goes. And now you can see there's a nice level of color pop. It's very pretty. I turn my gorgeous head into the sun and squint like a champion. But you can kind of see there's a nice balance there, and you can make adjustments to the skin tone accordingly. But this is a great starting point. Look at the sky in the background. Look at the green leaves. This is all exposed really well with some ND
Blues
on
are
it. But
punching, the greens
everything's
are good.
happy.
Yeah.
So now we hit the darker element, and when you hit the darker shot, so this is one stop under?
Yeah, one stop under.
Is there a little bit of difference in the grade when you have to deal with that, or did you just kind of evaluate them both and just find an average, or what'd you do?
Evaluated both, and I tried to use it as an average so that if people are not exposing properly with their stuff, it'll still come out to be pretty nice. But there is a slight, with the Luma channel going down, there is a slight green shift in the GH5.
What's funny is I remember back when VariCam always had a green bias too, like the original tape VariCam, not the new modern one, but the tape VariCam. We always found a green bias in that VariCam, and red has a slight magenta bias.
A little bit,
right?
Yeah, reds are known to have the red bias to them.
So this is daylight. This is hard sun. This is if you got to shoot somebody in the sun.
Pure hard sun, no silks or anything.
Right. It's just hard sunlight, so we gave you that. But then we wanted to make sure we gave you a full round. And so the other side of this LUT would be to then move into the shade. And this one's really particularly pretty. So here we are. It's a really well-balanced shot. We've got a nice...
another hard sun.
Right.
But
hard sun in the background with your subject being in shadow,
full shadow,
or even under a silk or a net or whatever you're doing, but you can kind of see even tone wise, like the skin tone holds up pretty well. I'm pretty pink, folks.
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you. I'm a pink dude. I'm pink.
You actually
I'm pink, ba dee ba doo da. Is that a song? I think it's blue.
Now it is.
Yeah. So there we have the exposed version, and then we're going to see the underexposed. So what we have here is that exact same thing. So again, this is included in the pack. You get that. This is what we call the shade. So this is the shade version. And again, I'm wearing kind of a neutral gray shirt. As you can see, it matches up on the chart. And everything mixes in. Nothing's lost in the background. There's still detail there. What is mushing out, I think, is from the lens and not necessarily from the color balance itself. One of the things is, okay, look, this shot is clearly underexposed. And this is where I'm going to let Jeff give you guys an insanely cool pro tip about kind of working through it. If you want to talk them through what you have here.
Yeah. So basically what you do is you have your Lumetri color, which on our screen right here is the bottom one, has the LUT in it. So the trick that you do is in Premiere, you bring up another Lumetri, and then you move it on top of the LUT. So it's before the LUT. And then you can control your exposure by way we did it was color wheels, where you moved up the midtones and the highlights, and that does it before the LUT itself. It's also the way to do it in DaVinci, to where if you have a LUT that's crushing stuff or blowing stuff out, you go to the node before it, or you put Lumetri in Premiere before, and then you correct your exposure that way. And then that does not degrade behind the LUT as most people are doing it.
Right, so you're maintaining the purest image you possibly can because you're correcting pre-LUT.
Yes.
So you get to it. Now, could you go in and monkey with stuff? Absolutely. You can go in
Yeah.
and just jack with things on top of it. So again, you can keep the LUT in there and then play, if you will. If the LUT is your corrective source, the great thing that Jeff is showing you is you can then go in and play on top of it. One of our favorite things to do, one of my favorite things to do currently, Jeff does it in DaVinci, I just don't have access to that, is I have these Dft filters that I love so very much. Yeah. And I might want to drop a mist on it. So I have an option to then drop that mist on and play it underneath. Let's see if it'll kick over. There we go. So now I can drop in this bloomy mist and make everything look a little bloomy. But by doing that, I may now need to make adjustments. I don't want to adjust the LUT, but I want to adjust the highlights. I can actually pull the highlight value down. It's going to go a little sluggish.
Yeah.
I'm going to pull the highlight value down here.
Going on here.
And pull it down and kind of control it that way to balance it back out the way I want to get it, in addition to my actual mist.
Yeah.
There it goes.
There it kicked in.
Boy, it was slow.
That was
that is definitely not where I would like it to be. But it does give me that control. So what he's basically giving you is a node workflow, a very simple node workflow. And I believe it would work the same in Final Cut Pro X. That's
I would do too. Yeah.
But with Lumetri, it clearly does.
Yeah. And the theory of it clearly works in Premiere. I tested it today. I'd never tried it before in Lumetri, but I knew it in Premiere, or not in Premiere, but in DaVinci and Baselight. Both kind of do the same thing, where you have to add it beforehand.
So the great part is it's just a control valve to balance your shots back out and get things where you kind of really want them to be. And again, being able to control your highlights. I mean, you can monkey with your shadows too and really just play with it. But then you at least have a baseline to look off of. So you have a set look with the LUTs. So again, these are available. We have them out. They're on the website. There's a link in the description. There's also a free one. We're giving away a complete free one, which is the indoor tungsten LUT. That is totally free. It is for GH5, GH5s. It probably works on the GH4. I don't totally know, but I imagine it's all the same. It's totally free. It's a balanced LUT made by a professional colorist, built for you to use going forward, and you guys can grow off of it. Yeah. What are you doing now?
This is that first one.
Yeah. Oh, you can see if you can use a corrector.
Yeah, just gotta find everything. So moving it on top.
Oh, interesting. When you pull out the mids, you think it would work? Nah, see it good. No?
It's going to.
Yeah. Wow.
So I mean, it's pretty.
So there, his same theory works here. So that bad LUT, that ugly LUT, the one we were showing you, what's the light bulb? This is the light bulb look, right? We have our quality LUT on it, the light bulb gets on it, and now Jeff is correcting it by using his two-stack Lumetri trick. So you put the LUT under the bottom, you put another pass of Lumetri on top, and that's how you can kind of control and tweak your color as you need it. That looks pretty solid.
Yeah.
I mean, it's solid enough.
Yeah.
Like in a pinch. I mean, that's the purpose. One other thing we want to talk about.
It doesn't.
No, it doesn't look like it degrades. Can you kind of talk about, we've talked about it before, but LUTs as an approach point. This is a starting off, this is a leaping point. This is a, hey, I want to cut my footage and not look at log looking footage all day kind of thing.
Yeah, for what most people are using it for that we deal with now. Film from the feature films world is a little bit different. But most of the people that we've been dealing with, and most people who are watching this video most likely, I might be wrong, might not, is people that are shooting, most likely editing their own footage, and then also color grading their own footage.
Right.
If not, it's going to be editors that are color correcting as well, or camera guys that just want to see what their footage looks like. So LUTs, to me, have always been, from this standpoint of the world, is something you throw on that's quick, easy. You do this Lumetri thing, trick of mine that we have here, to make it look a little bit better. Because like if a lot of people are in the Kodachrome right now, and Kodachrome LUT doesn't work on every shot that you have. But if you like the look of that Kodachrome LUT, you can go back in and you can fix your exposure by doing this Lumetri thing and bring that Kodachrome LUT back up.
Right, you can kind of control the LUT. You can
or
keep
any
the
other
look and
color
control
LUT
right.
that is out
anybody's
there.
that's out there. It's just a hack to get through it. So
yeah.
One of the fun things to consider is by buying a good bit of base LUTs that are, and this isn't a sales pitch for us. Leeming has LUTs. Everybody's got LUTs. Whatever. Newman has LUTs.
Yeah.
But buy a base LUT and then build on top of that base LUT. That's one of the tricks.
Yeah, you get the few that you like the way that they look or what they're doing. Like these right here are basic expansions, neutral LUTs, for a quick, easy throw onto your footage, and then you can stylize it any way you want to, basically afterwards.
Right.
There's a lot of style LUTs out there, and then that's just you correct the exposure and you're done. Walk away from it.
Right.
But they're all quick, easy ways of showing stuff very quickly and easily, so you're not looking at the milky footage the whole entire time.
Right, which just makes it more pleasant to cut because you don't know. I mean, maybe you're cutting for color, and there's a reason why.
Yeah, exactly.
And again, feeling the scene out. It's like sometimes it's the entirety of the scene that you have to consider, not just the cool camera angle or the content in the scene. You're looking at the entirety. So having a LUT, at least even if you preview it on and off, at least gives you a vibe, because you might have a vibe to transition from one or another.
Yeah.
Okay, well, like we said, those are available. The Tungsten Lut is absolutely free. There's a link in the comments or in the description. I'll post it again and pin everything in the comments at the top so you can get to it. But these are totally free. Tell us what you think. Send us some of your looks. We'd love to see them. Share them out there. And if you do use the LUT, just throw up that you got this LUT from us. And then, like I said, if you guys want to purchase some, that's great. That helps the craft show community, helps the channel, and like I said, we're going to donate.
Helps the community.
Yeah,
mostly.
really. Yeah.
Yeah, it's helping.
And that's what I mean by the
two people
channel,
in
but
particular. Right
yeah.
now.
And I'm going to take that and we're going to give some of that money back to the Dft family, which we mentioned before.
Yeah.
Their link for the GoFundMe is down there. If you have a chance to just consider maybe throwing them a couple bucks. Or if you want some free LUTs from it, we're going to give you some LUTs by making that same kind of donation. We'll donate on your behalf via buying some LUTs. So everybody wins. Hopefully everybody wins, really. And Vicki gets a great treatment and no bad prognosis. But that's it. So happy holidays, Merry Christmas, whatever you celebrate. Hope
Christmas.
you're doing well. Right.
Happy Hanukkah.
That's over.
Kwanzaa.
Well, I don't know what's left.
I don't either.
Christmas.
Happy New Year.
But who cares? We don't want a super date. Yeah, there you go. That was the way to do it.
Yeah.
Happy New Year. Because you can say Happy New Year all year long.
You can.
All right.
Until it's the end of the year.